Welcome to the Braintree Technology Badge Program. This is going to be an introduction to the badge program as well as a brief walkthrough. So let's get started. So what exactly is a badge? Well, a badge is a certificate given by the Braintree Public Schools when a staff member masters or becomes proficient in a particular type of technology. Now, a certificate in what? Well, there's going to be a lot of technology apps that the district has supported and says, if you learn this, we will give you a certificate for it. Now, you don't just get a certificate, you also get 2 PDPs. So you get the badge and the PDPs, not a bad deal. Now, is anybody in our district required to take part in this badge program? And that's a big answer of no. Nobody will ever be required to do it. So you're welcome to ignore the program or use it. Now, why would anybody want to use the new badge program? Well, you can earn PDPs without signing up for like a 16-week course, something that takes all the fall or all of the spring. You can take as many or as few of these badge programs, earning these badges as you want. You don't have to worry about what time of day it is. You don't have to rush somewhere to get to some college at 4 o'clock and then stay for 3 hours. You can do 10 minutes of work and then leave it for tomorrow or next week or next month. There's really no time it has to be. You also don't have to worry about getting anywhere. You can do it at home, at school, in your media center, on your phone, on your tablet. There's no restrictions. How much would it cost? Not $500, not $1,000. It would all be free. So you would earn PDPs without consequence. So if you are interested in the badge program, this is how you would get started. So the first, you'd have to visit this URL. That will take you to Braintree Public Schools badge program site. And once you get there, this is kind of your landing spot, your home page. I'm going to take you through that right now. So the second step, once you are in the badge program page, is you have to figure out how you want to learn about the badge program. So there's 3 major ways listed on that home page. You can look at written directions, you can look at a Google Slides presentation, or you can look at this, what you're watching now, a video. And when you get to the screen, all 3 options will be lined up vertically. So you can choose whatever you would like. If you look at the Simpsons video, that's just a placeholder until this video is done. Now that you kind of know how the program works by doing one of those 3 things, including completing this video, your next step would be to select the technology app that you're most interested in. Now, currently, there's 13 apps to choose from. We're hoping to increase those every week, every month, but right now we're on 13. So you have to decide which badge you'd like to earn. So at the top of the home page is this ribbon, this menu, and that's where you're going to be navigating the site. And the first one you want to go to is badges. It's listed right here. So when you get to available badges, you click that and it's going to bring you to this page. This page lists vertically all the badges that we have to offer. So you'll scroll through those badges and decide to pick one. Now, once you pick one, there's one warning I want to bring up at this time. You have to be a novice. One stipulation of the badge program is you can't get PDPs for things you already know. You got to choose to look at a program, an application, learn more about it, and earn your PDPs that way. So now that you've selected an app, hopefully one of the 13, at this point, now you have to go through a little bit of training. There's 3 training tools that are provided through the badge program, and you have to choose one of them. You can go through all 3, but you only are required to do one. One is request a training, video tutorial, and a self-guided walkthrough. So let's look at a little bit more about each of those. Now, first option, requesting a training. If you click on that link next to the badge that you want, immediately you come to this form. You fill it out saying, I would like a training. A tech coach will contact you within 48 hours and say, when would you like to get together? I'll walk you through the program. I'll tell you everything I know about it. So in 20 minutes, they'll get you started. So option 2, if you don't want a one-on-one training, that we have provided a video tutorial as well, which is really just a glorified YouTube video. You click here, it brings you to YouTube, you watch a video, some are 10 minutes, some are 15 minutes, and it'll run you through the program. Now let's say you don't want the one-on-one training and you don't want the walkthrough on YouTube. There is a third option, but I forgot to talk about one thing first. When you're on YouTube, a lot of the videos don't get played unless you're signed into your school account. Schools have access to a lot more videos than a common Google account. So make sure you're signed into your school account. Sometimes YouTube even asks you to sign in twice when you get to the YouTube page. So you might have to do that. Option 3, besides requesting a training and a video tutorial, you can do a Google Slides self-guided walkthrough. So when you're here, instead of clicking request a training and video tutorial, you can go down to self-guided walkthrough. When you click on that, a tech coach, rather than coming to see you, they've already created a walkthrough using Google Slides. So, and when you go on that walkthrough, it's going to have all these slides that as you go through, each teach you something valuable about that program. Now, what's great about this technique is that you can navigate at your own speed. You can click, investigate, ask more questions, go back. It's pretty helpful. Also, each of these walkthroughs has a table of contents that allows you to click around and skip over things you already know. So the links would be right here, usually about the 3rd slide of those walkthroughs. So again, the strength of this method is you can go through at your own pace. Now, after you've learned all the basics of each application by picking one of those 3 training options, now you're on step 5. Now that's to integrate what you've learned into your classroom. It's now ready to teach a lesson. But before you do, one thing to think about. Once again, when we're back to this app page, if you look, there was all these options. One of them is provide or read a reflection. If you click on that, it's going to bring you to this page. Every person who has earned this badge before you is required to put what their successes and failures were concerning this app. So if you go here, you can read about how people are using your app, what success they've had, ideas you can steal or copy. And when you do that, you can build off of their ideas. So now that you are educated on this app, you can teach your lesson. So after your lesson is a success and the students are cheering, now it's time to write your reflection. So step 6, provide a reflection. So we're back to that app page and it says provide, read, reflection. Rather than going in to read other people's thoughts, now you go in and read your thoughts. So there's 5 parts to this. Let's take each part one at a time. So first part, staff member. Just find the first available box and put your name in. Easy. Next, explain how you used the app. Explain how you set it up, what you used it for, in a way so that another teacher could follow your steps and use it the same way you did. Next, explain how the app helped, what went well. Basically, what was like, yes, I can't believe this, I'm going to do this again. We want to give other teachers a chance to see, build off of your success. Now next, how could you improve the experience? So now we want kind of innovative, reflective thought on what went well, but what didn't go well, what could be done better. What are some other ways you could use this? And finally, a spot to put any links. So for instance, if you made a particular website, then you would put that in to display your work using, if it was a Google Sites app. Either way, that's where you would put your sites, your links, if applicable. Now, how long should each reflection be? Well, the good news is on our home page, one part of the menu is apply for a badge. If you go into that, you will see the rubric, which tells you exactly what you need to do to get credit to get your 2 PDPs. It's pretty straightforward. So now that you've written your reflection, now you can apply for your badge. So once again on this app page, the last part is apply for badge. So you go in, immediately it's going to bring you to another form. You just fill out the form, and it should take 2 minutes maybe, and then that comes right to central office. At this point, Braintree will review your application, look at your reflection, and if you fulfill the rubric, 2 PDPs, and you'll get a badge sent to you. So there are some other aspects of the badge program. So on this site, you can click on badge on your homepage, badges earned, and it's going to bring you here. You click on the picture, and then it'll immediately show you all the badges you've earned and also of your peers. You can also look at badge statistics. If you go on that homepage, you can click badge leaders. And once again, when you go there, it's going to show you all the stats across the district about who's been using what badges, which departments are leading, which schools are leading, who are the top people in the school, et cetera, et cetera. So now, you can also request or suggest that the district add a new badge. Let's say there's a technology you're using that's great. You want to get credit for it. You can go once again to available badges, go all the way to the bottom, and click on this picture. Gives you an opportunity to fill out a form saying you should implement this badge. And you can also see who the tech coaches are that are handling all the trainings and making the walkthroughs. You go to the home page, you click tech coaches, and once again, it's going to list all of the tech coaches and what they're helping people with, what badges they're going to come and do training with you for. At the bottom of that page, You can click on this picture to request a training. So there's 2 spots you can do that. Tech coaches can log their hours by clicking here. And you can click on this picture to request to become a tech coach if you want to be involved in the program. Now, how can you ask a question about the badge program? Well, this is the final part. If you go over here and click more, questions, feedback, it's going to bring you to this form. You can put a question in, and it'll be answered usually within 2 school days, or you can even provide feedback, point out mistakes, give suggestions of how the site can be improved. So either way, that is the end of our walkthrough. Good luck earning your first badge. And of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me at this email address, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much.